Confidence, or lack thereof, or I guess, or even just fear, ultimately.
Hey Tirzah, thanks so much for just being open to talk.
Not a problem.
That was a weird pause. Like I said, do I talk or not? Before we started recording, you mentioned two pretty, I guess, personal things, but we didn't really talk about them. I said save them for the recording. If you were to put what we were going to talk about into one word, what would be that one word?
Confidence, or lack thereof, or I guess, or even just fear, ultimately.
See, I know you. So anyone who's not watching, they don't. But you are a very confident person, or it looks like you're a very confident person.
Only on the outside.
Which is crazy. So tell me this. I don't know this side of you.
Yeah. Well, I should start from the beginning.
Yeah,
if
sure.
They don't know me. I grew up in a large family, and in a large family dynamic, I guess, in all families, like, you're just accepted and loved for who you are, and you can be crazy and as wacky, and they won't judge you for it.
How many siblings do you have again?
Oh, I have 9.
See, that's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah.
And right from like a young age, like I'm towards the end, I'm number 8 in the lineup. I had a lot of like older siblings who were like the go-getters of the family and stuff like that. And so I guess a lot of pressure to do well in whatever activity I performed in, whether that was school or
you have 8 other siblings to compare with, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I also have a twin sister, and so like we were each other's like strongest competitors.
Yeah.
But because of that, like, in a large family dynamic, you're often like very outgoing people. So I wasn't like shy, or in appearance, I wasn't that shy person. I was the go-getter. I would start parties or do that. But I would have to say, to be honest, like in all of those like moments that I would be like starting parties or something like that, I'd be like forcing myself to go do it. I'm actually kind of like very reserved, and
really?
Yeah, it's weird.
Are you sure? No.
So you're doubting me.
No,
you don't really know.
Only because you do. We've known each other a year now, and I think you've initiated most of these social things. So it's funny to hear you say that you're more reserved, or
deep down, yeah.
Yeah.
Part of it is definitely my twin sister and I. We struggled with a stutter, so it was difficult for us to formulate words and talk to people. So I think a lot of, I wouldn't be able to say like a sentence or answer you.
No way, seriously?
Yes.
How long have you had that stutter for?
I didn't really grow out of it until like I was like 12 or 13.
Okay.
But it was through just singing, because when you sing, you don't stutter. So I would have to sing some of my sentences. Also during that time, I started taking acting lessons.
Awesome, yeah.
And started to like getting involved into a character, and I realized if I pretended to be someone I wasn't, like who I am, I didn't stutter, which is really weird. And also my twin sister was able to overcome her stuttering in the same way.
Okay.
So I guess that built up a lot of like confidence issues and stuff like that. So I would pretend to be the confident person and stuff like that. Or because of my lack of confidence, I would strive to do everything that I did to do it well. And so that gave like a false representation to other people around me in a way. And I can't say like I am just a shy person, because I am also an outgoing person because of that. So maybe a mixture of the two. I forgot to also ask questions, and that it was okay to be wrong about stuff. So in that sense, I had to keep on portraying this image that wasn't gonna last, because we're humans, we're not perfect.
Of course.
But the idea of like, oh, Tirzah's smart, so I have to keep on like portraying that I know everything.
Yeah.
So that too kind of stems with like my lack of confidence, and I guess not being as open with people, and not damaging friendships, but not allowing friendships to be as deep as I want them to be. Because it's always, when you have that separation of just like not having confidence even in the people around you, you're putting up a barrier.
Yeah.
And that's kind of hard to take down. And it's really through like humility and stuff like that, and acknowledging pride in your life that will enable you to do so.
You know, but I think that barrier you're talking about, it's when people are both on the same page of saying, hey, we're both human. Listen, like I have my problems, you have your problems, but let's put those aside. I'm not going to judge you for who you are, and I know you're not going to judge me. And when you're in a place where you can feel comfortable just expressing who you really are, I think people will accept that. I mean, you talked about, I know you do church, I go to church as well. We go to the same church, right?
Yeah.
But I think that's a lot of, not all churches are like our church, where we do have a place where we do feel safe. And I think that's really rare. A lot of people, they go through life kind of like you. Even with people closest to them, you have that barrier up. So you can spend a lot of time with someone, getting to know someone, but once they hit that barrier, it's like they can't go past that.
Exactly.
And you know, that's what's always bothered me too, about getting to know someone.
But I mean, we're only here for a short time, so
Yeah.
why not be completely honest with those who are closest to you? And I don't know, it was just been a really growing experience just to acknowledge that, and move beyond that. And also when I did finally like open myself, and even like now doing this now, it's relief, like just a flood of relief, just to, I guess, share and acknowledge that we're not perfect, and
I can't believe you didn't
we're all
tell
not
us.
confident, and
I didn't know this side of you at all over
Yep.
the past year. And I'm sure you don't just tell people either, right? You just
yeah, no, I don't go.
like, hey.
I don't go like, hey, you know what?
I'm not really
My name's
this confident.
Tirzah, and I'm really shy.
But I pretend not to be. Yeah.
Totally. But yeah.
Definitely. Yeah, so thanks so much for sharing. Tirzah.
Yeah.
I can't imagine how many other people feel similar to what you're feeling. Not exactly, but you have a persona, and a lot of people perceive you a certain way, so you try to amplify that more. But in reality, it's a front, right? It's not who you really are.
Yeah, it's just Facebook.
Yeah, it's just fake. Exactly.
Which is another
It's just
conversation.
fake. We'll have it another time. But I think, so I'm 27 now, and what I'm just starting to realize is that it's okay to not know. And I would, straight up, I tell people now, I don't know what that means, or I don't know what that word is. You know, like even grammatical words, vocabulary, I am not ashamed to say, I don't know what that word is, please teach me. So I think when you're in a place where you are comfortable admitting that you don't know stuff,
Yeah.
so, and the other person sees that you want to learn, or at least be open to saying, hey, teach me something today. I think that's a good place to be.
Yeah, definitely.
So we have a baby screaming in the back. I think we're going to call it a day here.
Okay.
But Tirzah, thanks so much again.
Yeah, you're welcome.
One last thing.
What?
If there's something you want to, if there's wisdom you'd like to impart to anyone, let's say even like your future self, or someone that you're close to, you just don't get to talk to a lot, what would you want to tell that person?
Don't hesitate to ask questions, I guess, is probably the biggest thing. I wish someone had told me that when I was like a teenager. And it's okay to be wrong,
Yeah.
because through that you learn and you grow.
Yeah.